I'm recording this video so that I can get used to this setup. It's a little new to me. Let me tell you about my day. I haven't recorded a video in so long, and I look different, don't I? Yeah, I just moved all of my stuff from my cottage yesterday out of my dorm for summer housing, and have been inside almost all day trying to unpack it and get clothes sold. I'm giving away almost all of my clothes. Um, which sounds scary, but it feels awesome. Like, I feel good. I've also made a promise to read my Bible every day. Wow, my neck is flexing so much. I've also made a promise to read my Bible every day, which has been really nice. And Jesus gave the word with the shirt on his back and the will of God. I got a shirt on my back and the will of God, hopefully. So I think I'll be okay without most of my wardrobe. I really was not filming this to post, but now I'm feeling like I might post it. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I feel really happy lately. Just in these past few days, it feels like it's so nice to get away from all that academic work and to kind of have some time to roost and just be alone most of the day and to ruminate on my own thoughts and things that have happened recently. Um, and somehow in the past 24 hours, I've felt more like myself than I have in months. I'm planning to post a video very soon, maybe tomorrow, where I'm doing like a brief concert reflection because I love going to concerts, and that was my first concert in a while because I've been busy, haven't had the funds, college life, you know how it is. Um, but then I went through something a little bit crazy, just mentally, truly, um, where one day I kind of just woke up and I was like, months ago I was looking at Ichigo Aoba concerts, like tickets for her. And I was like, I wonder if she's still coming to town. And I look at the dates and it is literally the day after. Like the time that I was remembering this concert out of nowhere, the concert would be the next day. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm confident. And I did, and it was amazing, and I can't wait to tell you guys about it. It was awesome. I've been looking at a lot of van life stuff. Wouldn't it be crazy if I said this now and that like planted a seed and suddenly years in the future I'm making videos from a van? I think that would be pretty sick. I'm kind of obsessed with van life, and I watched a lot of videos on it more than just like renovation type stuff. I watched a lot of reflective videos because it's a lifestyle. It's a choice that people make for a certain reason, you know? And it's the kind of thing where it's like once you do it, you really have to know that you want to do it because it's a lot. Um, and there was this one lady who said that there's typically three different reasons that people do it. It's because either they want freedom or they want they need financial, like it's a financial decision. Um, or I guess she put it in different words, but they're kind of coming into who they are. Like this is a part of who they are, and they're finding themselves, and they're doing that through life on the road in a van. And I thought that was really cool. I remember back in like freshman year of high school, that was like the 2020 Oscars or the 2021 Oscars or something. Um, it was the only Oscars that I've ever watched all the way through because I thought it was so awesome that a woman of color was winning Director of the Year for the first time. Um, Chloe Zhao, the GOAT, she's amazing. Um, she directed Nomadland, which I think also won Best Picture, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, but Nomadland is based on a book that is about this woman who is living van life, as they say, and kind of a visualization and a capture of what that's like emotionally and reflectively for someone. And I remember watching that movie solely only because I was like, Chloe Zhao is so cool. I'm gonna watch this movie. um, and that was the first time I think that I had ever watched a movie that was like that. That was so, I don't want to say artsy, but it was different from the mainstream film. That was the first time I ever watched something like that. Obviously I grew up watching like Ghibli movies and like Tim Burton type stuff, things that you could definitely call artsy or that are in that kind of artsy diaspora. Um, but I've still never watched a movie that's quite like Nomadland. And in the short film that I just finished directing, and in the work that I visualize myself finding joy in doing, I see so much of that inspiration coming from that film and from Chloe Zhao's style, and also in that character and how it's written in the book that it's based on. Definitely, I think initially planted that seed of van life in me before any of it became kind of like an Instagram type of thing. Now, if I would ever actually do that full time, I don't know, and I low-key doubt it. Oh my gosh, I'm breathing in this mic. Sorry, y'all. But I think that living in a van could be a big part of my life. Um, there's gonna be some changes for me that I know are coming up in the next few years that it's gonna be a new chapter in my life with, family passings and financial fluctuations as a result of that, to say the least, and coming into resources that I have never seen before and that my family has never seen before. Um, and it makes me really sad to think about the fact that it's coming as a result of people passing on from this world, people that I love. But it also is such a blessing that they established that foundation for us in the first place. And I think that with that financial resource that I alone will have, I can definitely see myself investing in something like a van, which I think will contribute a lot to my growth and my character and the way that I see the world and the way that I interact with people. And I'll also get to hang out with my dog more, like all the time. I'm taking him with me. Oh my gosh, I'm already excited for something I don't even know what's gonna happen. Not to get like so reflective or anything for something that's probably gonna be a draft, but like that tidbit about being sad about that, I remember months ago kind of that logic clicking in my brain, and I sobbed and sobbed over it back then, back in the fall. But for some reason in the past few months, like I'll think about it and then it's just like, okay, I gotta store away that thought because I got work to do, or I got homework, or I can't, like it's almost like I in a way didn't have the emotional capacity to feel emotions. Like everything was bottled up. I used to be the kind of person who would cry very easily when I was overwhelmed, not because of like always sad or something, but more because like my body was just so comfortable with releasing those emotions, and when I would laugh really hard, I would cry. When I would be really really happy, I would cry a little bit. And then when I was sad or upset, I would cry. In the past few months, that's just not been the case, and I can feel that strain within me having built up. Um, and I've been fortunate enough to be able to kind of vent it out through things like frisbee. I play ultimate frisbee now. Surprise. Athletic or whatever. Um, but it's not the same thing as, you know, playing sports is not the same thing as crying. and letting those emotions pass through you and letting that trauma pass through you and feeling it. Um, and it's weird because when I was talking about it just now, I kind of felt a little bit choked up, which I think is pretty awesome. And I think is coming as a result of, the semester has come to a close and I get to kind of just breathe through the day, which is really nice. I'm very happy about that. And I also can feel myself talking like how I usually do when I'm on my own. I guess this is me. I guess this is the baseline of who I am. And I kind of lost sight of that in lieu of working all the time and being social all the time with all kinds of people. And it feels really, really interesting to kind of slowly come back to myself and to find myself again. And like I said earlier, I feel more like myself than I have in months right now. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to talk about. This is almost like a weird check-in video. I've never done a video like this. Um, I hope that you are excited to see some much more laid back content. Um, I have been very strongly on my faith walk in the past year or two, and this past month has been a huge, huge moment during that. There's been a weird kind of stagnance that I've felt, both in my faith and also in my character. Like, in a strange way, I feel like I've come to realize that there are some faults in myself and in my behavior, obviously, for everybody. But living through them and seeing the way my life is and the kind of turmoil that I've always kind of had in my mind, living through that and not knowing exactly where it's coming from has been really frustrating. But something has happened in this past month that has finally made it click for me, basically. Um, and as terrible as it felt mentally for a little bit, it has been so freeing. I feel like a burden has lifted from me in knowing where I am flawed and being called out on it and finally being like, "Oh my gosh, I can pinpoint it now. Now I get to work on it. Now I can fix it." And there has been that and as a means to fix it and to work on it outside of just noticing it and clocking it and working on being like, "Okay, let's change this mindset." It's also been, I need to read my Bible. I need to read my Bible more. I need to talk to God more. I need to give myself to Him and my burdens to Him and let Him lead my footpath and my way. Oddly enough, a big part of that and in connecting with God more has been feeling called to post on social media more. Well, again, at least. The most that I would do is like I would post on my photo diary, which is private. Y'all are not gonna see that. Um, and then like the occasional main Instagram post for like something big or whatever, like a good night, I don't know. And then I also have a blog now. I forgot about that. I can link it down below. um, I love my blog. If you like some college girl speaking reflectively and talking out of her butthole, then go read my blog. But outside of that, I remember I used to post YouTube videos and I used to post reels and I loved doing that. I really did. I think that I had an unhealthy relationship with it for sure, being that I was younger and less wise and easier to be pulled into those kind of like spirals. Sorry, I haven't talked all day. And I've kind of realized in the past year, I don't really like talking that much in general, outside of like YouTube or whatever. Like just in conversation, I like to be a listener. Um, so my jaw's really tense right now. My goodness. As I was saying, I had an unhealthy relationship with it, and I think I based a lot of my value on the success of that and how it looked and how it did good, and it also made me paranoid. I was like, what about the people that I know in real life seeing this content? What if they're judging me? What if they're like, this is stupid and like laughing at me or whatever? And now that I've kind of let God lead my way, and in doing so felt called to make more of this and to come back to it, kind of realized I was like, literally, who cares if anyone laughs? I highly doubt that anyone really is, because, like, if they are, that's low key embarrassing, but they're not. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm congested as freak. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. I forget. Oh my gosh, it was my friend Kyle. I was having a conversation with him like 2 weeks ago, and he said something like, the opinions of other people do not matter. The only opinion that matters is God's. And like, duh, duh. But that didn't never click for me. And then he said that, and I was like, whoa, oh my gosh. He cooked. He really did. Um, and I've kind of just been thinking about that lately. I'm like, the only opinion that matters is God's. And if God is telling me, hey, make this chud video and post some reels of the hikes that you go on and the things that you love, in the spirit of how you post, in the spirit of how you edit and how you talk, post more blogs about the crazy thoughts going on in your head, then I'm going to do that. Because not only do I enjoy it, it also makes me feel most like myself. And it also makes me feel more connected with God to be like, okay, I'm going to listen to what you say. When you listen to what God says and whatever He tells you to do, you don't have to worry about people judging you or not making money or whatever you are worried about, because God provides for those who follow in His footsteps and who do what He says. He's like, I'm gonna make sure that you carry out this mission and you'll be okay. You will prosper. Everyone who has followed His word, they have ended up prospering in some way. And it's not that I want to prosper, but it's more like I just find comfort in it. I'm like, this is scary. Doing this is scary sometimes. But I know that I'll be okay because God has promised that I'll be okay. And I'm like, okay, yeah, if I do this, I'll be happy. That sounds weird. Oh my gosh. I mean, like, if I stay authentic to myself and I listen to God's will and I do what brings me joy, then yeah, I'll probably be happy. Yeah. I've been starting to watch anime again. It's been awesome. It's been so awesome. Um, I used to watch it when I was younger and I freaking loved it, but then I just didn't have time for it. And I wasn't in like a solid friend group where it was like that's what they did. And that's not to say that I should like follow anyone should follow whatever their friend group is doing, but it's like, of course, if you're around people who like love a certain show and talk about it all the time, you're gonna be like, okay, let me check this show out. But I wasn't really in that environment. And luckily, in the past year, I have become a part of a friend group of freaking awesome people. Every single one of them, everyone individually, such awesome people. And one thing that brings a lot of them, the one thing that they have in common is that they like anime. And I've been like, huh, these people have really good taste. They're giving me these recommendations. And my best friend Kate is like, hey, here's my Crunchyroll. Why don't I watch some anime? And I've got free time now. What? I've got freaking free time now. So let me watch some anime. I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because one of my friends, Mitchell, is like, hey, we're gonna run a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And it's gonna be JoJo themed. Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. I'm currently in the Joseph Joestar arc. Gosh dang, that man is fine. That man is so fine. Oh my lord. Just my type. It makes me mad. It makes me upset. And I'll unpack that later during counseling when I can. Why does this man being so hot and perfect make me upset? I don't know. But yeah, I've been watching JoJo's. It's been epic. Got a lot more stuff on my list that I am going to indulge in. Bro, Yona of the Dawn renewed for another season. It's been 10 years. No one loves that anime more than I love that anime. That was my childhood. That one incomplete season, that was my childhood. And now it's back. Back and coinciding with the third season of Apothecary Diaries? And an Apothecary Diaries movie? Are you kidding me? The Lord loves us. The Lord loves us. Truly. Oh yeah, and I mentioned Dungeons and Dragons. I played that game. Well, I started a campaign, started playing it for the first time freaking early this year, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the beginning of this year. Thanks to one of my very close friends, Sarah, who is the dungeon master. I didn't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons. I just knew it was in Stranger Things and I thought it was really cool, but everyone who I grew up with thought it was geeky. Now I'm playing it and I'm having a freaking blast. Fire blast, if you will. Ooh. Yeah, it's been pretty sick. If you ever get the chance to play Dungeons and Dragons, you should totally do that because it's epic. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much been me lately. So I had some changes at home. My family is in a growing period in their lives, and that brings me so much joy. It's freaking awesome. It's really epic to see them enter a new chapter of mindset and livelihood and to seek fulfilling joy, to say the least. I took them on a hike yesterday, and they hadn't hiked for years. For years. Mind you, I go on a hike at least like once or twice a month, which I know is not a lot to a lot of certain people. Um, but it's a lot for me when I don't have any time, and that's something you really got to go out of your way to do. Um, it was rough for them physically, but they got through it and they had a good time. We all had a really good time, and it was beautiful. We went to Duke's Creek Falls, which is a part of um, Cherokee National Forest. No, sorry, Chattahoochee National Forest. My bee. I'm a fake nature fan, apparently. Um, I love Duke's Creek because it's just so beautiful and awesome in like every season, in every single season. It's awesome. And it's super easy because we went on the 1 mile hike. Um, Pretty easy hike. Uh, and yeah, I took my dog and he looked so cool. He's just so cool. He's like a wolf, genuinely. He looks like a black wolf. Um, and he was just mogging the whole time. And I was like, geez, dude. Okay. Mind you, the pets that I have raised in the household, which are like most directly, which are Nimbus, my cat, and then Bear, who's my dog, they're freaking awesome. They're so cool. They're so social and fun and like just I was gonna say vivacious. That's a word I've been using lately. Vivacious is what I'm looking for. They're very lively and very sweet, sweet animals. Um, and I'm really proud of myself for having raised animals where that's like the trend. I don't know why, but there it is. That's it. Pretty awesome. See how much awesomeness can come out of being a loving and wonderful parent. Take notes, people. Um, yeah. I look you haven't eaten in a couple hours, and I have been toiling all day, putting clothes through donation drives and getting it sold on Depop. made $50 in 10 minutes. Pretty proud of myself. Um, so I'm pretty tired, and I'm gonna go make some rice and miso soup. And it's gonna be super epic. And I've been talking for almost 30 minutes, which is crazy. That's so crazy. Um, but I hope this is cool. I hope this is a cool setup now. I got a tripod and a mic. That's what's new. Look at this thing. It's not the best audio, but I'll take it, man. I mean, if it means that I can kind of sit away from the camera and you guys can get a cool view. Oh, trust me. The campus that I live on is beautiful. You ready for some beautiful videos, okay? If this is what it takes, then we vibe. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you guys later. It was really nice talking to you. And I hope that you had a good time talking to me. I don't know what else to say. Bye, 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 bye. Adios, as they say in Spanish 102.